The Junkyard Drummer, a DIY drumming kit for kids. If you like what you see, make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with my videos and check out my website at playenabled.com. So why this toy? I was working at a school and a music therapist asked me if there were any switch adapted drums out there because she had a student in a group and she wanted him to be able to participate in the group by using a switch to play the drums. I knew that there were some out there, but they were expensive. So I did an internet search for a cheaper option. I found this product, I believe it was Michael's or Joann's, and it worked okay for what I needed. It wasn't the best. I discussed the issues with it later. When I made it though, I left the eyes and the legs off. I wanted it to be a drumstick, not this robot looking thing. In addition, I left it off because it is very finicky and it needs to be completely flat to work. With 3 legs, it made it a little harder to balance on the drum. So I left it off so I didn't have to deal with that. This is what it looks like without the legs. Like I said, it worked really well for $20. Also, it was super easy to adapt. You don't really need to adapt it as long as you have a battery interrupter. So what you do need, you need the Junkyard Drummer, a switch for testing it, a battery interrupter. You can check out my video on how to make one, or you can just buy one off of Amazon. You're also going to need a mini screwdriver, a file or tin snips. I sometimes call them tin shears. I'm sure I forgot something, but let's begin. So, first step is always to test the toy. In this case, it's actually more like building the toy. So here I am. I'm going to unpack everything so I know what I have. Here's all the parts laid out. As you can see, I use a paint palette from the dollar store to organize my pieces. So for this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the steps in the direction. So I'm not going to talk and explain what I'm doing, but you can follow along in the video and or the directions to build it. However, if you do want to know the adaptations you need to do to make it switch accessible, you do want to stay tuned to the end, or at least fast forward to the end, where I'm going to discuss what you do to adapt it, as well as some of the issues with this product. Once it's all built, you're going to want to test the toy. This is important because I once got one of these and I thought it was broken. I had built it and it wouldn't turn on. It turns out that at the factory, they somehow switched the wiring. The black wiring from the motor was supposed to connect to the black wiring from the battery, but it didn't match up that way. Instead, the red wire from the battery compartment matched up to the black wire of the motor and vice versa. And once I switched it, it actually worked. So the only real adapting that you're going to have to do, you need to file down the battery cover because you needed a spot for the battery interrupter to come out of. I don't discuss in this video how to make the battery interrupter. You can buy one on Amazon or you could check out my video. I'm using a hand file. You can use the tin snips to make it quicker. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to start with filing and now cut it off. As I cut it down, let's discuss some of the issues. The first issue I'm going to address is this product is harder to get nowadays. I don't know if the company's not producing it or if it's only produced for specific stores, but it is harder to find. They do have a different product that is the same concept, but instead of drumsticks, it uses a hand. I do want to get this one day and test it out, but that's for a later video. Let's go back to the junkyard drummer and discuss the second issue with this toy, and that is that it sputters. So here I am holding it steady, it's working, but then when I tip it, it gets stuck and sputters. I have to hold it completely flat, so it sits on the drum and it hits farther up. If I want it to hit in the middle of the drum for a better sound, I have to hold it and be very careful not to tip it. I don't know if there's a solution, maybe another drum next to it that it sits on. But overall, I would say it's a pretty good product for the price point of $20. I was happy with it. The student was able to play drums with his friends. So if you like this video, make sure to hit subscribe. And also you can check out my website at playenabled.com for more information about this product and other things I've adapted.